I pressed it too early. KJ still coughing. Shit happens. Welcome back, guys. How's it going? I apologize. Between me and StreamYard last week, we totally fucked up. We've recorded a full entire episode, lost the bitch because I deleted the wrong thing. Fuck you, StreamYard, for not labeling it. Totally on me. My bad, guys. That was a
Oh
good
wow.
fucking episode too, and I do want to say that.
Which one was it?
Like, it was the how do I explain this? The early death of a parent, grandparent, a person that's like,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
We'll have to do that again. Yeah, we'll have to do that one again for sure.
Yeah, I just didn't want to do it back to back unless that was absolutely what you were like dead set on because like refresh the emotion stuff to it because then it makes it so it's not like you're just recreating the same thing and kind of rehashing it right away and shit like
No, I'm
that
with
because
you.
that
I'm with you.
sucks.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We are here to learn and heal and help each other grow.
Yeah, dude, we were at a concert this weekend. I was rocking the Lonely Road hat.
Nice.
Such a fucking blast. Dude, it is so weird. I looked at Brie and was like, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm it is so weird how that just like resets my clock so fucking strong. Like it's like a fucking on off button. It's just like, "Oh, I'm good again."
Live
Everything
music.
just yeah.
Nice.
I think it's between that and like having so many people in one place. Like like I feel connected some way. Like it's just weird.
Hmm.
It's just like I'm like, "Oh,
There's-
dude, we're all here for the same reason." It kind of just like restarts that whole, okay, no, human beings are easier than what you expect them to be. It's much more straightforward than you realize, and it'll be okay.
You're right, because humans make that complicated. We
Yeah.
make it complicated. We make it so much more than it has to be when there's really, really genuinely dangerous people in the world. We don't have to make it more difficult by separating each other by race, politics, religion, all that other stuff. I mean, you can be who you want to be as long as you're a good person and you don't harm anyone. I think that cutting people off for these stupid and valuable reasons just negates the whole purpose of life and learning.
And
That's outside abuse.
it's so surreal because like you see, I sit down at the outside table at my aunt's house yesterday,
Mhm.
and Bree just watched me like flick on the switch and she's like, "You're just there. Like you're not worried about if the joke that you're gonna say or how you word something is fucking doesn't fucking matter anymore. It's just like you're with the people that you're comfortable and okay around. And it's just like that light switches in you, and it is so fucking weird because she'll watch me. She'll watch me go from home where it's very similar to that to like situations where I'm completely rigid and I will be like, yeah, absolutely. I'll fucking explain things and be fucking exaggerative about them. But I don't go into court or fucking random ass building and like try and just turn on the charm and chill out and like light up the fucking energy and everything else. You can't do that. So it must be really, really, and I told you this, I was like, it must be really interesting watching somebody just so exaggerative and, energetic in those situations and stuff. It was a really, really cool day and kind of just reset everything. It was nice.
It's cool. I'm glad you got to go while you were, doing your thing with your family. You got to go and connect with another part of your family as well. That's always awesome, because you don't get to see her every day. And, you're essentially your brothers either, too. So,
Yeah,
it's,
no, I guess, she got a text when we were on the way back from the concert, and she's like, "Are they staying and hanging out? Like, are they staying up?" My aunt was like, "No, it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? Like, go to bed. You're not over here at 3 o'clock in the morning and hanging out with Zach. He's way too."
yeah.
So, me and Bree woke up. She walked past, Brendan's room and shut the door because that's where we were staying, and she shut the door as she walked past at, like, 8:30. 9 o'clock, she walks back at, "Zach, Josh is here. He wanted to see you so bad he came over. Get up." I'm like 5, 6 hours worth of sleep. Let's go. Day starts. Like it is what it is.
Yep,
It is
that's right.
so weird. Like that energy that just is replenished when you're around the people that you know genuinely care.
Yep, it's
Like I get
awesome.
the same thing when I go to Katie's and spend time with Olivia and stuff like that. It's nice having those people around.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good to be able to, make those connections. That's great. So, how did the kids take in the concert last night?
Oh, they fucking loved it. Like so it started. This concert venue was weird.
Hmm.
It's like at the top of a mountain. So it was pretty okay getting in compared to like other concerts I've been in. Like it's
Hmm.
a line. You always got to wait for fucking parking and all that shit. But like you get parked, everything's good. But you had to hike down into the venue. And that was a job and a half because everybody, me and Maddie are like able to walk at the same pace.
Hmm.
But Bree keeps looking at me and telling me that she has little legs and she can't walk that fast.
Well,
I looked at her multiple times and said, if Ava can keep up with me, you can too. Let's go. Like, come on, we gotta walk. Like Ava's half your height. Come on. You can walk a little faster. We got this. Um, so we get there. I get the girl set up in the lawn, and I was like, okay, I'll go wait for merch and shit like that. Not even 5 minutes into the venue, me and Nick watch our first entire fucking fist fight, throwing hands and everything else. That was
all right.
fun.
All
I never seen one of those over a porta potty. Don't understand that.
right.
This big fat dude walked up, shook the door, opened the door, said, "Oh fuck, there's a bitch in here. Shut the door." There's like this little fucking Jersey Italian guy in there.
That's
He
hilarious.
walks over, grabs his drink, fills it up with water, opens the fucking porta potty door, throws it at him, slams the door back in his face. The little Italian guy comes out, starts pushing him, saying, "Swing, bitch, swing, bitch." The fat guy picks him up and throws him onto the picnic table. Said, "Are you going to do something?" He stands up again. He picks him up, throws him on the fucking picnic table again. And this little woman cop, I have no idea why a woman cop was at a fucking concert at all when we're dealing with drunk idiots and it's fucking 100 degrees outside. But this little woman cop runs up, "Come on, guys, separate." And she's trying to shove her way in between this fat dude and this little Italian guy. And then two fucking dude cops run over and like finally break up the fight. It's like, I am so happy I brought you, Nick, instead of either of the girls, because if either one of them got elbowed, I was going to have to throw hands, and I really didn't want to.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that he got the chance to witness that.
I was laughing. I texted Brie. I was like, dude, not even 5 minutes standing in this line. Already saw a fist fight over a porta potty. It's going to be a fun day.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Good. 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 I remember going to one of those outside concerts on a mountainside. It was the Lilith Fair when I was in Utah. And it was just amazing. Just being there with the music, with the people, with the energy, and just having that, uh, just the beauty that you're looking at, in the
Yeah.
distance. It's
Like, I love
crazy.
going to SPAC in Saratoga.
Hmm.
I've gone there for multiple concerts. I love that kind of setup. And it's just like, it was similar to that. And, dude, it was such a loud concert. It was 15,000 people just randomly shoved in the top of this mountaintop. And it's just like, how the fuck does this work?
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
And
So, what kind of experiences were you having, like when you went through the songs and things like that? Like, because I know for me, it hits deep.
yeah, so I was sitting there. I was wearing a Pittsburgh jersey. I was wearing a Paul Skeens jersey and Lonely Road hat. And Black and Yellow came on as we finished buying our merch, and we're walking back into the field to find Bree and Maddie. It's just like, dude, oh, all of those like memories of the school and everything else, and like, dude, Pittsburgh's where the family's from, so it's like that hits to home always.
Hmm.
Like it just builds up the energy. But dude, the first one that fucking hit, and I don't know if you remember this, but Maddie is very, very connected to music too. She always has been.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't her first song, it was her second song. But Payphone by Wiz Khalifa and Maroon 5, that kid loved that song. No idea why. But it just like it brought back all of those fucking memories of like just sitting there playing video games with her on the computer, or feeding her spaghetti, and like all of those nights that I was by myself taking care of her when we were in the house I graduated from and everything else. And it was just
Mhm.
like, dude, it's so cool sitting here with her watching this 15 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet that's surreal. Wow.
And like this is something she chose that she wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
this is her Christmas birthday present thing. Like this is her event. It was just so cool.
That's
Like,
great.
yeah. No, it's just so weird because like you see their energy like raise and fall and sad. Like you see them kind of connect with things too. And it's just so like odd. And it just like a obviously people are mobbing and doing their shit too. So like it's all around. Dude, it just calms my brain in such a weird fucking way because of ADHD. It's just like I could take a nap at a concert and I'd be perfectly fine, other than being sad that I missed it.
Cool.
Yeah. But so fucking See You Again hit.
Oh.
And Bree turned around. Instead of watching the concert, she turned around at me. And like I'm not normally a crying person, just at
Mhm.
all, ever. Like it's just not my thing. But it's always been a thing. Like Brooke used to make fun of me for it. Nick's made fun of me for it. When that song came up in Fast and the Furious, bawled my eyes out the first time that I saw it.
Yeah.
Because like that's something that I grew up with. That's something that I am so connected to. Like they're some of my favorite movies of all time. So like that song is very heavy, and it started off with Paul Walker on the screen, and and Bree's like, "I want to watch you." I'm like, "No, fuck you." And I sat my head on her head so that way she couldn't, and I was recording over top of her head. And then I looked over at Maddie and Nick, and both of them were like tearing up too, and they were screaming the song, and it was just like, well, at least it's all of us. Like it's just wow, like it's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely but that's the connection. That's the connection that you and you have you and your kids have that memory now.
Yeah,
And you obviously have a connection with, the movie and the song, and it kind of came full circle because, your kids are connected to music like you. It's nice. It's nice to have those
yeah,
experiences with them, I'm sure.
yeah. No, it's just so weird because you don't think, especially with kids, regardless of them being teenagers now or not, like you don't expect them to take in as much as they do.
Mhm.
You don't expect them to see everything. Like you expect them to see the face level shit. But I don't know if it's just because they're intelligent or it's just normal and like most people don't talk about it. But these kids know some weird ass shit that totally most people have no idea. And it's just like, wow, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely just weird. It's more than just weird. It's supernatural in a lot of ways, I feel.
Yeah. And then Young, Wild, and Free came on. And I
Mhm.
know this was the last house that you were around all the time, but when we lived near my grandparents' house in the trailer that we rented, it was our
Mhm.
first apartment. That song was on my phone all the fucking time because it was one of my favorite songs. Didn't smoke, didn't drink, just loved the vibes of the song. So like Maddie's listening to this song since she was like fucking 2 years old and like ran around dancing to it, stood on the middle of our dining room table dancing to it. It was just so like it was like this. As I was saying, like emotionally, it was just up and down. It's just like, dude, it is so fucking weird. Like, no idea how much I would give back to get those days back just to experience them and just be like, dude, this is cool. Just watch.
There's a lot of moments like that that I wish I, could have back and take back or do differently or appreciate differently. Absolutely.
Just fly on the wall. Make me a fly on the wall and watch it.
Hmm.
Like, I think back to, like, her sitting there head banging at the side of her crib because she was listening to music and shit, and it's
Yep.
just so fucking weird.
It's weird. It's weird. I mean, you're young enough to put it all together, and you're actually doing those things with your kids. A lot of uh,
It's good. A lot of people don't have those kind of experiences with their parents. I went on trips with my mom. That was our thing. We went to trips. When we were home, we went to dinners. We did
Yeah.
things. When she came to Salt Lake, we went and did touristy things. Um, so I have a lot of those memories with her, and it's a great connection.
Yeah, I remember about 2 or 3 years ago, I had this conversation with my mom,
Mhm.
and I know you probably heard it secondhand, but it was probably one of the most important conversations that I had with the kids just before that. And I looked at them and told them, I was like, "There's no sense in buying Barbie's dream house anymore, even if you wanted one. Like, you have a computer, you have a phone, you have all this stuff that's updated regularly on a schedule. So it's not like there's things that I can genuinely sit here and buy right now for Christmas, for birthdays, or whatever that you're going to be fucking excited about, and you're going to be as excited about next year or the year after or whatever. So let's look at things that we can do, or things that you want to experience, or things that you want to enjoy, and those now will be the big Christmas, birthday present, whatever it is at that time, because those things will matter more. Like, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what you remember at this point or that point or whatever, you'll be able to look at this and be like, this is an important thing that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really important. Just thinking back on those times with my mom, it really does make a difference.
Yeah.
it really
And
does.
like, my aunt told me the same thing. She's like, Zach, that's fucking amazing that you saw that and wanted to change that and stuff like that. Because like at some point it's like, okay, I could buy them an Xbox. Oh wait, they already have a PlayStation 5. They already have a computer. Like, at what point am I just buying unnecessary things? And like, if we have a $200 weekend and we go and do something, that might change and affect more, and all of us are involved, than just a one-on-one here. Here's this, you know, piece of plastic that you'll never fucking see in like 5 years, or it could have been in the garbage because it broke like 30 days after you got it. Let's see what this is. And like, and last year when we did this for the first time, yeah, it's that first, oh my God, there's so many people, is fucking scary at first. But once they like put the pieces together of like, nobody gives a fuck if you're screaming, nobody gives a fuck if like you're singing all the words and you're bad at singing or whatever, nobody cares.
Yep.
Just enjoy it, and enjoy it in whatever way you want to. It doesn't matter.
Yep, you get to let go.
Yeah.
You get to be free, young and wild and free.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the good wild. That's, you're experiencing life. And they're experiencing it in a controlled environment with you, so you don't have to worry about
Their safety.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Did your aunt go too?
And no, she didn't. She messaged me. She's like, "What concert is it?" I'm like, "It's Wiz Khalifa and MGK." Yeah, it's not my kind of music. Yeah, it's not about boots and hair and
she's a boot scooting
roses.
boogie kind of girl.
Yeah. Like, I totally understand this isn't your kind of music, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna go and I'm gonna bawl my eyes out like a little ghetto kid I am, and chill the fuck out with my kids and relax.
That's right.
Yep.
And so MGK comes on.
Yeah.
And the first song that fucking hit there, a lot of people probably won't know this song, but is Fuck You Goodbye with him and Kid Leroy.
Mhm.
And watching Maddie scream it was the funniest fucking thing ever.
I bet.
Because it's like, I know when that song started in this house. It was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was very loud. And the fact that those things stuck that hard to where it's like, you're still screaming it, dude, fuck, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's not even through her teenage years yet. She's still living that pain. It's still
Yeah.
very, 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 very present, very real for her. So I'm glad that she has the opportunity, because there's so much court going on and she has to act a certain way and she knows she has to do certain things. And you know what I mean? She has to be on point with her behavior when she's in the courtroom or whatever the case, talking to people. But when you're able to just let go, you know, you're able
The
to
fact
just,
that at 15 she knows when and where to,
yeah.
I couldn't have.
Yeah.
Like I was either mask on or like
I was
crying in my room playing video games, flipping in between ESPN and like my video game back and forth until I got bored.
yeah.
Like it was bad.
I had
I
no
couldn't
control over my emotions when I was that
like
age.
there are times where she flips out on me and Bree's like, "Hey, she's flipping out on you. Like why are you not mad?" I'm like, "Because it's not her being mad at me.
Mhm.
She's just voicing it. Like she's okay. Like she's not telling me to go fuck myself. She's not like being insulting to me. She's
Mhm.
just talking. And if she's talking very loud and being talk backy, it's fine. I talk back to them more than I think any parent ever probably should. But I would rather them be able to like articulate themselves and like have those conversations than fucking shut down. Like it
Yeah.
could be so much worse.
Yeah. I agree. I absolutely agree. Like, you have to give them space to be able to do that because that's where the you know the that's where they end up, like banging heads with you and going opposite ways and doing things and going with people that are unsavory, is when you don't give them that outlet. You got to teach them how to behave, but again, it is very, very, very amazing that at 15 years old she knows where to and where not to let that freak flag fly, if you will.
Yeah.
But because that in itself is just that's an amazing thing. It's just an amazing thing, and so that's just testament to you allowing her her emotion when she needs to have it, so that she doesn't pop off in public or go misdirect at school.
Yeah.
She's able to put that together and she's able to release that because you have those emotions. Goodness gracious, when I was a teenager, my emotions were all over the place. My parents weren't together, so it was really, really hard going back and forth, although she doesn't have to do that right now, which is nice. Um, for her, she's getting a chance to put her toes back into that relationship at her own pace, under her own rules, which is pretty amazing also because I never loved when kids were made to do things that they didn't want to do. It was tough when you had to go to your dad's house and we had no idea why you didn't want to go. You weren't saying, you know,
And a
and
lot of kids can't.
yeah.
Like, and that's why I pride myself so much on how I've handled some things
Mhm.
is like they actually feel comfortable enough to come to me and have these conversations with me, regardless of how anybody else fucking feels about it.
Right.
Like, that's the part that, like, regardless, I don't genuinely care. Like, if somebody gets their feathers ruffled from something I say or something I feel, those kids felt comfortable enough to come talk to me and tell me about an issue, tell me about an active problem that was happening actively in that moment or whatever.
Right.
They didn't feel like they were going to be bastardized in that situation or treated like shit because of it. Like they felt protected, they felt defended, they felt I'm going to stand on shit as soon as they were able to get the proof to themselves and ask the questions that showed them, "Hey, this is truth." They felt it.
Yeah.
So then and you'll get a kick out of this one. Uh it was one of its interludes in between songs.
Mm.
And it was before the like tickets to my downfall stuff. So he's still in like wild boy shit and all of that. And it blends into he's like, guys, obviously we're gonna play tickets to my downfall stuff. And it pops up on the screen and you hear dun 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 dun, dun. And Bree flipped around. She's like, here you go, babe. Here it is. And then the video cut off. And he's like, okay, guys, now it's time for my downfall. Like, fuck you, you asshole. Play rap. Play it. Play. Come. Don't play with me here. Fucking play it.
That's hilarious.
Like, regardless of if I like Eminem or not, like, I love that song so fucking much. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, uh, I really I like the experiences that you've created with your kids. I like the fact that you're taking them away from the materialistic side of life, and you're giving them the experiences. That's big because
Well,
so much is materialistic these days, and then they
I
want
think,
more and more and more.
yeah. And I think a lot of parents will try and strip that away. I totally understand that they might try and strip that away,
Mhm.
but they don't try and fill the hole that you're actively providing for your kid to have, which then they're going to seek for attention. They're going to seek for like validation from other people and stuff like that. So if you don't fill that hole of like, oh my God, everybody's doing is getting these things, and you don't fill that with an answer that they enjoy, not something that you enjoy,
Right.
like that becomes very, very, very detrimental to them in the long term.
Yep.
At
Well,
least
they
in my
have,
opinion.
Yeah, no, they have a say in what they do. It doesn't have to be a concert.
Yeah.
It can be a different kind of experience.
No,
And
like
they have,
next we're going to a Yankee game.
yeah.
And as you know, like I tried to go to a Yankee game like 5 or 6 times in like my childhood,
Mhm.
and they all fell apart. They all ended up being like burning heaping piles of shit.
Yep.
But I tried. Like I wanted it. And like it never was fully available until I was like, wait, I can just do whatever I want. And like nobody really can tell me we don't want to do this. And I'm like, Nick, you want to go to a Yankee game? And Nick's like, yeah. And I look at Patty, I was like, you're gonna have to deal with baseball, but do you want to go get some pizza in New York City and like experience what the city's like? And she's like, yeah, that sounds fun. It's like, thank you. Like, you understand that it's not just like something that's specifically for you, and you might be bored for an hour, but like, let's see what this is. And maybe like since then, you want to know what she started doing? She asked for a baseball glove. She asked for like to play catch and have fun. Both of them do. And it's just like, okay, well, like maybe it's something, maybe it's not. Who fucking cares? But like,
Yeah.
dude, they want to experience the things.
good.
And like for so long, when you're shut in and you're closed off from the world, that becomes so weird.
Yeah, no, I remember, my mom was in a place where she was using every resource that she could to raise me and put my brother through college, and it was very difficult for her to get extra money for us to go
Yeah,
on vacations and things like that. We went to Cape Cod to see my uncle. We went different places, and did
exactly.
different things. We went to Massachusetts to see relatives, but there was usually a second, directive. You know what I mean? We went to
Yeah,
see someone and did other things. And that was great. She did the things that she could
exactly.
do.
Like if I can hit as many of the $50 to $250 items as I possibly can, I think I've done a really good job.
Yeah.
Not because I missed the $1,000 thing that we could have blown up and done something crazy and went to Disney World right now or whatever,
Mhm.
but I'm nickel and diming my way as much as I possibly can for these kids to have as much enjoyment as they possibly
It's
can.
going to make a difference because I
Yeah.
remember those trips to Massachusetts and I remember the things I saw along the way.
And like, I don't know if it's just me because like I have the same kind of mindset with content too. Is like, I may not hit a fucking blockbusting billion view video right off the bat, but I'm going to nickel and dime my way as far as I possibly can, uploading the maximum amount of times that I think are logically acceptable. And I'm going to hit every single 100,000 view thing or 50,000 view thing. And I'm going to get so much energy and like excitement about every little thing I possibly can that even if I get fucking 50 videos in a row that get 150 views, dude, I got 150 views. Even if I fucking stubbed my toe when I went to this concert and I couldn't fucking walk for 5 days, it is what it is. Maybe there was something that was enjoyable about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why you're the analytics person, and because I don't give a shit about views or likes.
Exactly.
If I put myself on here and it helps me heal, which it absolutely has helped
Yeah.
me heal in the time that we've been doing this,
It's a great outlet. It helps you. When you don't record, your mind is spinning, and if and we throw it online, and you're the one that deals with all that and helps us reach to different people. And that's what I care about. I care about reaching to the people that don't want the $100,000 put together podcast, because that has uh, the show notes and they read off a script. I want the person that wants more real, where Karen breaks down because she misses mom, or has talking about something that just hits that note, like you were talking about at the concert. You talk about things in life that hit that note, and you choke up because you remember that feeling of that time.
Yeah.
I want to reach
And those
those
feelings
people.
those feelings are so heavy. And like obviously everybody knows it's an MGK concert. The next song, and the only song that totally makes sense, is the title proof of this show. And like he went to a secondary stage, so he was like literally right on the line
Yeah.
of the lawn, and like he was in the middle of the amphitheater instead of at the stage. And he started singing The Lonely Road, and I just couldn't hold it back anymore. And it's like there's so many lines in that song where it's just like, yep, fuck you, and yep, I fucked up, and yep, I need to fix it. And I just started bawling my eyes out. And Madison, the biggest smart ass that I ever heard in my fucking life, looked at me and said, "Are your allergies okay, Dad?" Fuck you, child. Shut up.
Fucking child. They're so well-adjusted kids. Oh, that's great.
And like all three of them realized I was crying at the same time. They stopped watching the show and were paying more attention. Like, no, I paid for you to be here. Turn the fuck around.
Turn back around. I'm having my moment. Definitely. There's definitely. I remember some concerts when I was younger, and those times. Right now in life, I'm hard pressed to go to a movie theater. I just don't like to be around crowds. So
That's why I like the outside concerts and stuff
yeah,
like that, because like, no, I don't feel like a stadium right now. I don't feel like an arena right now. But
yeah,
amphitheaters, yep, I will go and hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. Depending on what happens this summer, I'm thinking about getting, maybe tickets, but for something that's back.
but Sarah doesn't like being around people either. She's very, very prickly. She doesn't like to
Yeah.
be around humans. They let her down too much in life. I mean,
And like this could totally be an episode on its own, but everybody will let you down. But like there will always be people that will also hold you up. You just got to find the right ones.
that's right, and that's the discernment that you need from a young age. That's discernment that I didn't have.
I didn't either.
And I befriended people that I shouldn't have, and I followed the example of others that I against my own feelings, because I thought it was the right thing to do. And as I grew and became accountable for my own bullshit, I realized that that's not who I am, and that's not what I want to live. A very reactive person as I grew up, and I still can be, but I have better living through pharmaceuticals, because I'm able to slow down now,
Yeah.
and give it a minute and think about my reaction rather than just reacting like my dad did. You know what I mean? Which is what he learned from his parents, and I'm sure he learned from his parents. It's a cycle, and we didn't start to break those cycles until we got to, my Generation X, really did want to start breaking those cycles,
Yeah.
and we broke them in one way or another.
And honestly, it seems like that generation, and even going into the beginning of the millennials and stuff like that, said, fuck everything, I'm breaking this.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm no longer going to be an alcoholic, but they didn't like put a limit on themselves. So like at all costs, it was, I'm not going to be an alcoholic. So a lot of them have jumped off the bridge of like, I'm not going to buy a house. I'm not going to give myself extra money or entertainment or whatever, and kind of like box themselves in almost. Like that's why we're seeing the jump in housing prices. That's why we're seeing a lot of these things because like we don't have the availability to tighten ourselves down. Like your generation, my generation, like we're so fucking loose with everything. We're like fuck the zero or for whatever that zero is. But like we've come so hyper focused on it that we a lot of us do not allow ourselves days off because we feel guilty about it.
Well, yeah, no, I get that. There's so many other reasons for I just feel like the American dream was ripped away from a lot of
Yeah.
us. And it was because, if you think about it, our parents, grandparents were able to afford on one income a house, a car, and a family with most females staying at home and taking care of the family. So and it wasn't our fault, millennials or Gen X, but when did it come to where you have dual income now and sometimes other income streams coming in just to be
And
able
it's
to
not
afford a
enough.
home,
Yeah, no,
or it's not good
absolutely.
enough?
I'm just saying, I think a lot of the like, so living through the 90s and the 2000s, I remember hearing, oh my God, everything's so expensive. Everything's so
Mhm.
crazy. Everything's unattainable.
It became
And I think,
unattainable.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that's necessarily those people's perspective on the world or those people genuinely felt that way or a combination of both. Like, I can understand where it could be both. I could understand where it was unattainable for some people. But how loud those people got for it being unattainable, the people that were able to obtain those things pushed it farther to be more unattainable for a higher class and a higher class and a higher class. And now we're sitting in 2026 and those things aren't attainable at all. So, Zoomers are learning, hey, let me burn every single cent I have because nothing's attainable anyway.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of the reason why, the younger generation just wants to burn it down.
And it's crazy. I do, a lot of things need to be changed. And I think the first thing that needs to be changed that you are doing, particularly with your children, to circle it back, is experiences.
Yeah.
Teaching them experiences, teaching them that things are not the important thing in life. Yeah, Johnny might have that, and Jennifer might have that, but you don't have that. But look, we did 4 experiences,
Yeah.
and you also have a PlayStation 5. So
Yeah.
you don't need the PlayStation 4, 3, 2, 1, or the newest Nintendo out there, or the Switch. You have working computers too, that you need. You don't need an iPhone, an iPad, a computer, a laptop, and every game system known to man.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. You're teaching them that you don't need all those things. And, if some people's parents do take those things and buy those things and give those things. And sometimes it might be to fill other holes that they don't know how to fill.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I think it is like, okay, yeah, you might want those things, but it's okay to want something. It's okay to drive towards getting something. It doesn't have to just be handed to you of like, oh my God, all of this is easy.
Right.
Like using Nick as an example, somebody who's like working towards trying to understand YouTube, understand an algorithm, pass 7th grade, so that way he's able to move on to 8th, like trying to take all of the steps and trying to understand business because he wants to start this and he wants this to be a business and he wants this to be a thing. Dude, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like I was fucking with him because Maddie gets car sick still, 15 fucking years later, still dealing with the same problems every now and then.
I still get car sick in the back seat. It's crazy.
And we finally found a pull off and we pull off to the side. And like capitals and state capitals are always something that I've like grown accustomed to. And they all know the stories about my ex and stuff like that, not knowing where Washington, D.C. was. So The first one, because I'm just fucking bored. I'm fucking bored when my phone's at 15% and it didn't charge the night before. And I'm waiting to get the charger back from Madison, who like greedily took it so that way she could scroll on fucking TikTok. I looked at Brie. I'm like, where's Washington, D.C.? And she took a good minute because she knows it's a trick question. But she got it right. I was like, dude, it took you 3 times of me asking you this question, and you finally learned the correct answer without trying to be a smartass and like wrap it around and try and say Washington State or Maine. We got you to the correct answer. I'm so proud of you. And then I look at Nick. I'm like, okay, he's the closest to second grade. Come on, buddy. You got this one. What's the capital of New York? He's like, Dad, I don't fucking know. I said, kid, go back to school. Look at a fucking map. He's like, Dad, why the fuck would I look at a map? No. Go back and look. I know all 50 state capitals. I know the capital of Canada. I know the capital of Mexico. I know like half the other capitals in fucking Europe. Go look at a map. Please.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy these days. Let's not get into education and what's happened with the education system since I've gotten out, because I honestly could not even. I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that kids are graduating high school now and not being able to read.
Yeah.
Not being able to name a continent. Not being able to name
those videos where it's like on the whatever podcast and we're like, okay,
yeah,
3 continents. It makes me feel like it's like these women
Canada
are just rage baiting me.
Yeah, for
like,
real.
It makes me feel really fucking angry.
Yeah.
Like,
it's along the lines of me thinking my whole life that our best and brightest went to go be in our government and helped make laws, and that's not what happens. The best and the brightest don't get to go anywhere unless you have money, and I hate that.
It feels like almost like the people that are intelligent and smart and everything else from your generation and my generation have pulled up every single fucking ladder behind us and allowed all of the idiots to like form the platform that everybody is growing from. And it's like, oh my fucking God, the world is fucking burning and I feel like I'm fucking Chicken Little.
It's nuts. So many things are going on and so many things are backwards and upside down right now. And people are believing things that they don't have the whole story on. And it's nuts. And I always pride myself in now in life being able to take a situation and believe something and then be given new information and have my belief change with that new information coming in. Of course, making sure that that actually happened and it's a fact. But if you can change your views based on new information that you find out, that's just as important as accountability in life. That's learning, that's growing, that's being an adult. With so many people, just there's something inside them that doesn't let them see above and beyond. It's crazy to me. But I guess I was in that mindset once, so I can kind of grasp it.
Yeah, it's hard not understanding. It's hard not seeing. But I do want to give this. Sometimes things will fucking trigger emotions in you, regardless of what like you realize it's going to do or whatever. But allowing them to show you that things can be okay and it's calm too is also one of the most genuine, crazy fucking things in the world.
I mean, honestly, the triggers, you can make them therapy for you. If something triggers me particularly, it's something I bring in or something that, comes in front of me, some kind of stimulus that happens in my life, I can take that now. It brings tears, of course. I'm a very emotional person, but I can take those tears instead of wallowing in a sadness. I am now able to bring it to a lesson or a positive. about the
Yeah.
situation. There are
Oh, I beat
definitely
myself over the head with it continuously until I'm able to fucking fix it and move it the way I want it to.
yeah,
Like dealing with the diagnosis of PTSD, I totally expected I had it. But it was then learning how to actually force myself to be okay. How do you force yourself to be okay being in this location without causing yourself to fucking crash and spiral and have nightmares for weeks? Okay, so now I have to drive my kids to the doctor every single time in a location that's near there. And now I've settled it down to one specific road. And that feels so much better and so much more contained than an entire county, an entire city, an entire section. Just having to change the way I live life because something doesn't feel comfortable that literally is unable to fucking change anything.
right. It can't change. You have to change. You have to reframe it as a post in your life for growth, rather than continuing to let it trigger you and let it be a weakness in your life. Let it be. You're gonna be sad and you're gonna have those feelings, but let it be something that you can be mindful through and build a tolerance for, so that you can drive down those streets again or listen to those songs and not be completely, out of it. Like for me, particularly, I was able to have a conversation in my lunchroom at work about my mom, and I didn't lose my shit. I
Yeah.
didn't start crying in front of everybody. I got, a little fluttery and, kind of a tear in my eye, but it wasn't a noticeable, uh, a noticeable like meltdown, like it would have been. So actively managing your responses, um, means you can reclaim control and turn that
And
past
it
trauma into personal development.
and not only were those meltdowns back in the day,
Mhm.
they were every single thing that you had to do had to correlate back to that thing. It had to be my mom would have done this, therefore I am. My mom would have wanted me to do this, therefore I am. And that's never a way to live.
Right.
That is such a powerful and impactful change that you made. And I know I at least brought light to it at that point.
You did.
But now with your ability to actually be able to speak about the things that you're dealing with and struggle and everything else, obviously that is impactful. And I do want to wrap this up on one specific thing. I know we're a little longer than what we normally expect to be, but for some reason, Facebook algorithm has changed. And I don't know if you realize this because I know you have a creator profile too, and
Mhm.
you get random fucking comments now randomly when you post things. But I got one today that really fucking bit my ass.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna read the post out because I think I read it out last time when I posted it originally. But this one is one of the most meaningful posts that I think I've ever posted, and I think I ever will post. And it has completely everything to do with the show and was posted about a year ago. First off, thank you to those who know and care, but I have some things I needed to say. I've stayed silent for way too long, and the truth is I can't do it anymore. I lost my son in September, not by accident, but by fate. But at the hands of someone who chose to put cruelty and carelessness above my child's safety. Someone I once trusted, someone I never thought could do this, someone I watched struggle and cry every time she saw someone else get pregnant, someone who was my best friend, and someone I wanted to give the world to. She knew my pregnant girlfriend was at risk. She knew the kids were sick, and she said nothing. She exposed us to COVID with full knowledge and of the danger and didn't care. She felt like getting married and ignoring everyone else was the most important thing. Meanwhile, people in the family were in the ICU. I was asked to watch for life flights because one was probably coming soon. Days later, she looked into my eyes and she said, I wish you would end your life. She wished my baby would die. And just days after that, my son did. All because of someone's jealousy and malice. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't an understanding. What she did was deliberate, a moral crime, one I carry every day. I can't call it murder in the courts, but in my heart, that's exactly what it feels like. Since that day, I've been smeared. I've been called a narcissist, an abuser. I've been publicly torn apart by someone who doesn't take responsibility for anything and breaks every court order that they possibly can and hides behind lies and manipulation to cover the hurt tracks. But I'm done being silent. Silence only protects those who hurt others. Silence only lets them keep repeating the damage. I owe it to my son, who wasn't allowed to make it to his birth or his first steps. I owe it to my amazing fiance, who stood by me through every single ounce of hell you put me through, and the one who never got to hold our baby. And I owe it to my daughters and son who are still here, who never got to share a life with the brother who was taken from them. I owe it to every single person who stood by Bree and me through it all. And I owe it to every single person who's forced into silence because someone's toxic, someone's abusive, and someone who thinks their cruelty doesn't have consequences. I'm not speaking for revenge, but for truth. My silence has only enabled you, your abuse, and the mental illness you force on others to carry. This isn't something I can forgive and forget. This is something only God will judge. Now I look at my tattoo and the heart that hangs in my office, my beautiful fiance, my children, and I mourn what you took from me. My name is Zach, and I'm a survivor of abuse and domestic violence, and I lost my son. If it's your story too, I stand with you. Just because I'm a dad and a man doesn't mean I'm valueless or without emotion. I was quiet for a reason. It's public for a reason. Go ahead and screenshot it. No retraction. 2 days ago, I got a comment that said fake. And guess what? I stand on every single word I said. I don't care. Screenshot it. This is a lonely road. And just like I said at the end, I stand with you. Regardless of if you're healing, trying to fix it, trying to put it back together, or even you haven't even taken a fucking step. Regardless of who you are. Stand up because nobody else can.
And reframe
Only
the
you can stand
narrative.
up for you.
Yep, reframe the narrative of your trauma, because that's how you're going to get through it. Shift that mindset.
Keep
Step in your
lantern.
power.
Keep lighting the lanterns. Keep walking. And we'll see you fucking next time.
Cheers.